Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm coming to you guys with a motorcycle video. I know I've been kind of hammering out a lot of the truck content lately. It's been a bit chaotic, and one of the comments I got recently was, man, you really scratch every itch you get, which is kind of funny because that does kind of describe me a little bit. But I did want to talk about back to motorcycles and my content on my channel. As much as I am going to be featuring that 2021 Ford F-150 that is on order, obviously a lot of you guys are here for my 2018 Harley-Davidson Heritage. Now, I was going to make this a moto vlog, but as of right now, it is 111 degrees outside, and it's also Father's Day, so I kind of came in the studio here to make a video that hopefully I can kind of edit quickly and get back to spending time with my daughter. And also, happy Father's Day to every other father out there, as well as my father. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is kind of piggybacking off of the pretty terrible experience I had at AutoNation here locally at a Chrysler dealership. They do say that people tend to share negative experiences more than they do positive experiences. And I kind of thought about that and realized, you know, I actually went in to buy a Pan America back on June 8th. Around that time, I was still very much considering a Pan America. And ultimately, I ended up reaching out to Buddy Stubbs. Now, that experience that I had with Buddy Stubbs was awesome. This is where I want to talk about the differences between kind of what I went through the other day at AutoNation, where they had emailed me one price. By the time I got there, within an hour or so later, the price had jumped $5,000, and they start kind of jerking around with numbers. It kind of made me realize that this experience at Buddy Stubbs kind of deserved a bit more credit where credit's due. First of all, I want to say Ethan, who I spoke to at Buddy Stubbs, they were great. I put in a credit application online through Harley-Davidson. They reached out to me pretty quickly. It was all approved and everything, and I was going to go ahead with that Pan America purchase. And I decided to swing through, and I said, hey, just kind of real quick, what's the numbers? And that's where this Ethan Favada, they came out, they showed me the numbers, and it was really quick. Basically similar sort of price sheet where they provide you the information, and it was the number is what it is, and do you want to buy it? Monthly payment would be this. And I looked at it and basically decided. Now, again, people that are viewing this channel, I know a lot of people out there are going to say, dude, just buy the Pan America. It's an awesome bike. I totally agree. My monetary resources are only so much, and I do need a new truck. I just have to make that purchase first. As much as I really did consider just almost scrapping the truck altogether, just going the Pan America route and trying to produce more off-road Pan America content. Ultimately, I really need that truck. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and I'm sure I can go a couple different routes with that, but that's what I decided. So I just wanted to make sure that I was kind of giving credit where credit's due, because again, Buddy Stubbs, this is not sponsored by no means. They have no idea that I'm making a video. As a matter of fact, they probably don't even remember me being in there about a month ago. So with that being said, I just want to kind of give credit where credit's due to a good dealership experience. I can guarantee you that I will be going back to Buddy Stubbs when it is time for me to buy another Harley-Davidson. And depending on the success of this channel, I'm really hoping that I'll be in a position to consider that Pan America sooner than later. I loved that bike. I took it for a ride here when they had their demo specific to the Pan America, and that thing just blew me away. Ride quality was phenomenal. The power was out of this world. Comfort on that bike was just amazing. I don't necessarily do a ton of off-road stuff today because I don't really have an off-road bike, but there's been a couple videos of some areas here that I was going to take my Heritage out to, which require running some fire roads. And I just ultimately haven't done it because I have a hard time taking that Heritage off out on fire roads to do any sort of like trail running, even though it's light trail running. I'm sure if you guys have watched anything that $1 Million Bogan has put out there, my Heritage would be more than capable of handling these lighter fire trail-y kind of roads. But it did kind of pique my interest after riding the Pan America. And I really wish I was in a position to do it, because I'll tell you, I was this close to pulling the trigger on the truck and the Pan America, but it would have been financially reckless. And a lot of people out there say you shouldn't buy things unless you can do it cash. I don't have it like that. I wish that I did. And because of that, it was just like, you know, I can only finance so much, and I have to make sure that what I have going on with this channel, I just don't want to have to turn this into something where I've just kind of stretched myself so thin that I'm now in a position where, the content either suffers for it, or my family, the biggest issue I would have is that my family then suffers financially for it. So I know a lot of you guys will understand that for sure. But there's certainly going to be a bunch of people in the comments down below who just start going like, just do it! You blew it! I wish I was buying that Pan America. This would probably be a good time for me to plug the merch shelf down below. Gears and Gadgets shirts. I kind of say that half jokingly. I don't push the merch for the reason that I don't want to become kind of the guy who's just never-ending, promotion sort of thing. So this channel grows at the rate that it grows. I do trust there will be a point when I will financially be in a position to start doing some much cooler things as this channel builds. But it's all in due time, and I'm going to let it build out in that time and not, be sure that I'm not financially leveraging myself to the point where it becomes too risky to do that. And that, again, the content then suffers for it. So again, this video is all about my love for the Pan America. I personally today, just even Googling stories, you can find stories all day long about how this Pan America is really just setting the bar for these ADV bikes. Maybe setting the bar is, I'm going to say it's not even too much to say that it's setting the bar, because these stories are just absolutely ranting and raving about the Pan America. I've yet to see any stories that are negative, and there's plenty of people out there that like to really take a dump on Harley-Davidson any opportunity they get. And if you can't find negativity around a Harley-Davidson product, then that speaks volumes in and of itself. And Harley-Davidson, hats off to you guys, because you've come out and not only just came out with an ADV bike, but also came out with an ADV bike that is doing things that other people in the industry are not doing, and kind of setting a whole new bar for a segment that you weren't even in to begin with. So it's really incredible to watch. I love everything I'm seeing out of the Revolution Max power plant. Again, when I rode that bike, it blew me away. So I also really appreciate this article from Cycle World. Harley's Paradox: Embrace the Past While Chasing the Future. And they mentioned the Electroglide Revival and then the Pan America, both bikes that were dropped this year. And the Electroglide basically, as it is pandering to the classic Harley-Davidson styling and customers, and then ultimately the Revolution Max on the Pan America, which is pandering to an entirely new audience that Harley doesn't even have. It kind of highlights their interesting position that they're in right now, the motor company. Again, the fact that I got up and rode over to Buddy Stubbs, or actually I drove over that day, but I wanted to give a little bit of credit where credit was due to them, because good dealerships are hard to come by, and that was just one isolated experience that I had. And I just wanted to share that with my viewers, because it's worthy of making note of when you do run across those good dealers. So with that being said, guys, again, happy Father's Day. Thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I'll see you guys next time.